Now look, I was already sold after episodes 1, 2, and 3. But after episodes 4, 5, and 6, the Ultimatum South Africa cast, best ultimatum ever. Ever. We have so much to discuss, so let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you are made aware every time I post a new video. Child, I forgot to introduce myself. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Roxy with Roxy Says, and we're gonna talk about it. Let's get into it. Episode 4 starts off with the couples getting closer and way more comfortable, while for some, not so much.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I am. Why?
No, I'm just asking.
See, Genesis, that's what you get, because even at the pairing dinner, he said that he had a deeper connection with Sizikele, but he still picked Courtney. Now you in bed, wondering if she's attracted to you. Courtney says that she is attracted to him, she just needs a little bit more time, which is understandable, but if I'm being honest, I don't believe her. I think both Courtney and Aiden need to pack it up and just go home, because I don't think that they're attracted to any of these people here. Next, we see Ndile and Tabi. Ndile be cooking, okay? Every time I see him, he is on the grill, he's at the stove. Love to see that. Tabi also says that she loves how attentive and caring and thoughtful he is, which is a huge difference from her ex, Genesis. And Ndile says that he is falling for Tabi. Now that's really cute and all, but as we know, Ndile is a lover boy. Remember, he's the one who brought up marriage only 3 months into his relationship. And he's also the one who gave the ultimatum. So he might be one of those guys who just fall in love very quickly. Okay, met a couple of those. Or he may be a performative love bomber. Only time will tell. So next we see Aiden and Lebo. They come over to have a little double date dinner, really cute. And in Aiden's confessional, he says that him and Lebo do have more of a friendship, roommate type vibe, which in all honesty, he didn't have to say, because like I said in my previous review, I don't see any connection, any chemistry with him, Courtney, and anyone else. But he does say that him and Lebo are both very tied to their partners. And someone in my previous video made a comment, and I didn't think about it until I saw that comment. They said that he probably picked Lebo because he felt bad that Isaac had turned her down. And I can definitely see that, because like I said before, Aiden is a sweetheart, but I don't think that he sees a potential partner in Lebo. And I don't think that she sees a potential partner in him. Tabi is telling them how much she's enjoying Lindile, and she feels that although they were paired together sort of by default, she feels like it was a divine intervention. And Lebo was taking it all in, but she's a bit surprised at how close Tabi and Lindile have grown. Then they start speaking about the do's and don'ts while in a relationship. Now, despite the strong connection, Tabi and Lindile deny being physical, but just seeing the two of them, how they're vibing, how close they are, smiling, Lebo is wondering if Nola is having that type of connection with Ruth. So she's a bit shooked, and she has every reason to be shooked, because Ruth and Nola done did the do. I get really irritated when I'm watching The Ultimatum when you have a couple where one person is trying their best to respect the relationship, not cross any lines in their trial marriage, and then the other person is just wilding out and doing whatever the hell they want to do. I hate that, and I really hate this for Lebo, because she seems like she's such a sweet person. She already says that she's used to being disappointed and that she has some insecurities. So I can only imagine how heartbroken she's going to be when she finds out what Ruth and Nola did. So child, maybe I was wrong in my last video. Maybe Ruth really did enjoy her little escapade with Nola, because she has been stuck to him like white on rice ever since. And it seems that she is smitten with him now. Okay, girl. So now we see that Aiden and Lebo are so bored with each other that they just visit other couples to see what they're doing, okay? The curiosity is killing Lebo, and she just has to stop by and peep into Ruth and Nola's house. Nola and Ruth hear that someone is outside, so Nola goes to inspect, and Lebo is upset because she sees that while they were in the bed, they were holding hands. But baby, that is the least of what those two have done so far. And what's crazy is how Nola immediately lies when he knows that they did so much more than that. It's Ruth who comes and she actually answers honestly about the hand holding, but she doesn't mention the other stuff, okay?
You were holding hands just now.
Ask it. When we're holding hands.
When? Just now.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's denying it.
Ruth says that she feels like them spying on her is an invasion of privacy, which is true. To be fair, this process is to leave your ex alone for 3 weeks, do the trial marriage, and allow them to fully be with their trial partner. But the way that Nola pissed me off in this scene, I can only imagine how much he gaslights Lebo in their relationship on a daily basis. Remember, this is the same Nola who was telling Ruth that he treats women with respect because his mom passed away when he was 3 years old. This is the CM Nola. I'm not buying it because look how easily he lies to Lebo, and child, we are gonna see him in his full form in episode 6. Just you wait. Every single time I watch a reality show, there is someone who I wanna stand up for, there's someone who I wanna fight for and put under my wing, and right now that person is Lebo. I understand that she's the one who gave the ultimatum, but I really hope that this experience shows her that Nola is not it. And at least we see that at this point, Ruth is smart enough to peep Nola's game.
You wanna hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Sis.
In this next scene, Kanya really pisses me off. So Isaac steps out on the balcony. It's morning time. He's having his coffee or whatever. And he happens to see Sizikele and Nkateko frolicking. And she says this.
Couple of the year.
Don't be hurt. Don't.
I'm not hurt. I'm just wondering since when. And isn't she too heavy for him?
Kanya, you pushing it. She is so unnecessarily mean. I really don't like this lady. And she hasn't even shown us her worst yet. And the thing is, this beef that she has with Sizikele, it's in her head. Sizikele don't even pay no attention to this girl. It's all in her mind. Then Tabi and Lindile sees them. And Lindile says, oh, Nkateko is probably dying. Now, I don't know if by that comment he was trying to call NK weak or if he was trying to shade Sizikele's weight. But either way, I didn't like it. And to his surprise, NK actually squatted down and lifted SZA up. So yeah, another man squat down and pick up your woman with no problem. Are you not embarrassed? Lindile, don't piss me off because you're on my good side. Don't piss me off, okay? So now both Lindile and Kanya are pissed that their exes are having a good time. Tabi calls Lindile a hypocrite for this because they aren't doing anything different. So why are you so upset by seeing those two? And the same thing for Kanya. Isaac was just feeling on your booty, tonguing you down, but you're upset because you just saw your ex skipping in the grass. Girl, bye. Meanwhile, things are still a bit off with Genesis and Courtney. She feels like she's being unfair to him and she does feel bad about it. And I don't think it's necessarily her being unfair. She's just not feeling him like that and she shouldn't feel pressured into having to show him affection. And although Genesis is very understanding and patient and kind, I know that he regrets his decision, okay? Meanwhile, while all of the other couples are stressed out, SZA and NK are enjoying each other's company. Sizikele is worried that her and NK may be doing a little bit too much, but he reassures her and he lets her know everything is just fine. Everything is going exactly how it's supposed to go. When I tell you, these two are so cute to me. They're so cute to me and I really want them to leave here together. I really do. So we get to this next scene and as soon as I saw what was happening, I said,
Hold up. Hold on. Wait a minute here.
Isaac is introducing Kanya to his family. Mind you, him and Ruth have been together for 2 years and she has never met his family. Remember, Isaac said that the only way that a woman can meet his family in his culture is for that woman to be his wife. So he must be taking this trial wife thing very seriously, huh? He's a phony and to lie on his culture is very low, okay? Let me say this. I feel like Isaac is a colorist. That's my opinion. He views Kanya as a trophy, which is why he wants to bring her around his family and show her off, but not Ruth, because there is no way that Kanya has made such an impression on you in just a few days. So much so that you want to bring her to meet your family. To go against your culture and meet the family, he's full of shit. Then Isaac's family member starts asking Kanya all these questions because Isaac said that he hasn't eaten much since they've been together.
How so? You have a woman in the house and you're not eating much? Do you cook for him? Can you cook? Can you not cook? Are you a microwave cooker?
Sir, can you cook? Can you build a house? Do you pay bills? Why the hell are you questioning her? Who are you? Let's bring your girl to the table so she can tell us everything that you don't do, okay? Got me defending this girl and I don't even like her. Kanya says that she doesn't like to cook. She said that she wants a man who's able to afford a chef. You see, the issue is Isaac wants it both ways. He wants a wife who he can prance around as a trophy, but he also wants said wife to be in the kitchen cooking and cleaning for him all day. I'm sure that there's a woman who can do that for him, but that woman is not Kanya. The family member says that Kanya looks materialistic. She looks like she's an Instagram model. Well, that's what Isaac likes because he picked her. Clearly, he just didn't know that his trophy only cooks when she's in a good mood, and now he has to hire a chef.
Told him we should work hard so we can get a chef. I'm only marrying someone who'll get me a chef. I'm joking.
Wow.
Child, next we see Aiden meet Lebo's bestie, Abigail, and she's explaining the experiment to her. Now, Abigail gave some great advice and told Lebo that she needs to be honest with herself about being with Nola. But Lebo is so confident in her relationship with Nola, and I'm just like, girl. So next we see Isaac and Kanya. They're back at home and they're having a conversation about what it means to be a good girlfriend or a good wife.
For me, a good girlfriend is someone that will consider your feelings, will want to take care of you.
But girlfriends and wives are not mothers.
I get the impression that Isaac wants a woman who will pour 100% of herself into him, into his dreams, into his goals, into his dinner, and put her wants and desires on the back burner. And Kanya is not that girl. Kanya tells Isaac that king treatment needs to be earned, and Isaac does not like that. He does not like that. So he tries to ask his question in a different way.
What is it that you're doing that can actually make you
You're asking me this, what do you bring to the table thing? And I never engage in that. I am the table.
I love how Kanya be giving it to Isaac. I really do. Never answer that question. Never entertain that question. If you're on a date and someone asks you that question, you know what you say? Check, please. Because what the hell do you think this is, a job interview? No, Isaac got the right one with Kanya. So now it's 2 weeks into the trial marriages and Courtney and Genesis are finally getting close in yoga class. So we'll see if this closeness continues, but at this point, my hopes were low. Next, we see Courtney and Kateko have a conversation. Now, remember that he thought that Courtney was gonna pick him, but she picked Genesis instead. So she pretty much tells him that him and Kanya have never looked happy together from the first time that she saw them, and she really clocked their entire relationship.
You can't keep being her punching bag. No wonder you don't want to show your emotions. I don't think you guys suit each other.
Child, let me tell you this. From the start of the next scene till the end of this episode, I was cracking up the entire time.
Kanya. She'll use dishes and she's just gonna leave it there.
I'm always washing dishes. Even when I come back from work, I find your dishes there.
Yeah, I don't need to be here.
Wait, where's he going? Is he running back to Ruth? I still don't like Kanya, but I love the energy that she gives Isaac. The way that he is probably used to speaking to Ruth, he can't do that shit with Kanya and he can't handle it. So child, now we are on episode 5. Isaac runs his behind over to Lindile's house to complain about Kanya.
I want to say bring to the table, but yeah, what are you
That's the funny thing. That's the funny thing. She was like, oh no, I am the table.
Child, Isaac said that her table is broken. He even goes as far as to call Kanya dirty.
If you see dirty dishes, you're gonna leave it there because I'm not your husband. That means you're also dirty.
So Tabi goes over to Kanya's house so she can have a little conversation with her. And Kanya is telling Tabi that she doesn't like that Isaac wants her to help him pay for the groceries. Again, these two want two different things. She wants a man who can afford the groceries, a chef to cook those groceries, and a maid to clean up after dinner is finished, okay? That is not the type of man that Isaac is. He wants a woman who is more traditional. He even said that he doesn't know how to cook, and when he's hungry, he usually calls his mommy to come cook for him.
Mama's boy. You must marry your mom then.
Now I'm looking for a woman who's gonna
Be your mom.
Not Kanya, baby. These two need to break up yesterday. Next, we see Ruth, and she's introducing Nola to her siblings, and she's telling them about the experience and how much she's been enjoying her time with Nola. Child, Ruth says that aside from other things that she doesn't like about Isaac, there is another huge, or should I say, little problem.
I think I once told you. Yeah, I told you.
She said sometimes she doesn't feel him through sexual intercourse.
Ruth, girl. Why would you get on national TV and tell the world that you don't feel that man? This scene let me know that Ruth was done with Isaac before she even came on this show, okay? In this sit down, we see more of Nola being disingenuous and avoiding questions, and he is fully aware of what he's doing.
I kind of give a lengthy explanation until people just get lost in the words. And I get away with it.
And Ruth's family picks up on it too. Nola is a bullshitter and the family does not trust him at all. Next we see Tabi. She introduces Lindile to her family and her best friend, and she explains the process to them as well and the issues that she's had with Genesis over the past 7 years. She feels like the lack of finances is just an excuse for him to not get married because she has seen him save up for other things in the past, so why can't he do that for marriage? She also feels like for the first time ever, she can see her life without Genesis. But her friend makes a very good point.
But you can't live in this bubble. Because you're not in reality. You guys are living in this house. But she doesn't know you outside of this house. So I'm worried.
See, now that's a good friend. She asked all of the right questions and she clearly has Tabby's best interests at heart. They asked Ndile if he's going to be able to provide for her, and he says that although he is an actor and he does a lot of gig work, he has never not been able to pay for rent, groceries, etc. But her family is not convinced. Next, we see Nkateko. He's introducing Sizikele to his mom via video chat. So he didn't do friends or siblings. He went straight to his mama, okay? Straight to his mama. Woo! When I tell you NK's mom does not see it for Kanya, that woman does not like Kanya at all, and she didn't hold back.
You do know that he's going back to Kanya to see if Kanya has also changed.
Kanya will not change, and that woman is bitter.
I think that Kateko could have sat anyone in front of that camera and his mother would have been happy as long as it wasn't Kanya. But nonetheless, the meeting went very well. Everything is just looking up for this couple. Next, we have Isaac running back to Lebo to apologize for declining her at the parent dinner. And I said, no. Stick with Kanya. Stick with Kanya. You pick she, stick with her. Stick with her. And Lebo even tells him that she had something planned for his birthday if he would have picked her. See, Isaac, you could have had all of that, but you didn't want that. You wanted to pick Kanya, and now look at you. In the house, starving, with a sink full of dirty dishes. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the guys are having a chat and Nola is trying to find out if any of the other men have slept with their trial wives while making sure not to tell his own business. And Nola says that although he's been having a great time with Ruth, he is leaving this experience with Lebo. Now, the guys don't believe a word that is coming out of Nola's mouth. And in his confessional, he makes it seem like he's being coy to protect Ruth, but he's really just protecting himself from Lebo finding out that he slept with her. Because all of a sudden, Nola is ready to marry Lebo. He's a changed man. He's willing to do anything and do whatever it takes. Boy, bye, because in the next scene, he's sleeping with Ruth again. This guy's a mess. I feel like he really just came to this experiment to sleep with people and go back home with Lebo. That's it. So now it's the morning of ladies and gents night out, okay? But before that, we see in Kateko and Sizigele, they go ziplining. And can I just say that these dates have been lit on this show? These are some really nice dates, and you can truly see that these two enjoy their time together. The way that he talks about Sizigele, whew, that boy's in love. That boy is in love, but I guess it's not too hard to fall in love with anyone else when your ex-girlfriend is Kanya. But at the same time, I don't know if Sizikele's feelings are strong enough to leave her ex Lindele for him. So child, it's time for the main event, and y'all already know how messy this always gets. So everybody's spilling tea, asking questions. You know how it goes. Ruth finds out that Kanya met Isaac's family, and of course she is not happy about that. At the beginning, both Nola and Ruth are denying that they slept with each other, okay? Kanya asks Sizikele if her and NK slept together, and she says no. And then Kanya reveals something quite interesting.
Nkateko and I haven't had sex since last year, September, so maybe it could have just been horny and...
What? Why haven't you guys been having sex?
Let me finish, maybe we'll capture you further.
Y'all haven't slept together since when? And when Sizikele asks why, Kanya doesn't want to tell her, and she tells her to ask Nkateko. You brought it up, and then when SZA asks you why, you're telling her to go ask NK, and then ask her why does she care? You brought it up, weirdo. Kanya says that her and Isaac have seen each other naked in the bathroom, but they haven't went all the way. Meanwhile, Isaac is telling Nkateko that Kanya isn't wife material and he thinks that she's a gold digger. And I really like the way that NK puts it when he says that he knows that Kanya would not be happy if there isn't a lot of money in the relationship. Just the way that he answers that question, you can see that money isn't really an issue for Nkateko. I feel like he has the money to provide the life that Kanya wants. And usually the men who have the money to provide aren't as concerned about gold diggers. It's usually the ones who don't have the gold to dig who are the most concerned about gold diggers. Shots fired, okay? But Nkateko doesn't care about that. What he really cares about is that Kanya actually loves him for him and not just what he can provide for her. Child, back at the ladies' night, Kanya keeps interrupting Sizikele. And like 10 times I said, girl, shut up. Shut up.
And
Please,
maybe
no crying
I
tonight.
don't.
Sorry to interrupt again. Sorry, I'm just saying, disclaimer, no crying.
I can cry if I want to cry. I feel like it's my journey.
Okay, fine, guys. Can I say something? He's been fake laughing. This is one time I heard him fake laugh for like 2 hours plus.
She is clearly jealous of Sizikele and she's trying so hard to seem so unbothered, but it is not working. So at both events, everyone circles back to Nola and Ruth to ask them if they slept with each other. And Ruth tells Lebo that she wants to speak to her in private and not in front of everyone else. And that's understandable because in all honesty, it's no one else's business but Lebo's. Next, we see Isaac and Nola. They step aside to have a private conversation and Nola still denies sleeping with Ruth. Isaac tells Nola that he's upset that Ruth didn't even call him for his birthday. Meanwhile, Lebo had a whole plan for his birthday had he picked her. And that's when we see Nola get very territorial and jealous. He has done so much with Ruth, but just hearing that Isaac and Lebo might be good friends or she had something planned for his birthday, he's upset and he tells Isaac to end all communication with Lebo. Isn't that funny? The nerve of this man. So child, now we see Ruth. She pulls Lebo aside and she is finally honest with her.
Nola and I have had sex not once, not twice, not twice. That's it for me.
I have to thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, I had to tell you in private.
Okay, cool.
When I tell you in this scene, I felt so bad for Lebo. I felt so bad for Lebo. Even the way that she thanked Ruth for telling her. She is such a class act. She's so graceful. She's so sweet. And I really, really hate this for her. I really do. So now we are on episode 6. And when I tell you this episode is a hot mess, oh my God, put your seatbelt on. Is it on? Okay, so everyone goes back home to discuss what happened with their trial partners. But Lebo wants to confront Nola because she is hurt and that is 100% understandable.
Apparently, when I and Ruth have been having sex, you guys had sex not once, not twice. She said it. I'm trying to respect you, respect our relationship. You're having sex.
And this man really had the nerve to turn to Ruth and ask her, why did she lie and tell Lebo that? What? He knows that this show is being taped, right? He sees the cameras, right? He sees the mics, yeah? It takes a real narc to lie about something that they know has been recorded. And clearly Nola walking around here thinking he P. Diddy.
Why would you go to the room just have weird sex?
So he follows Lebo back to her place with Aiden, and he even tries to pull Aiden into his lies, but Aiden is not co-signing with his foolishness, and he's still lying and saying, oh, it was just a kiss, that's all. And he still has the nerve to go back and get mad at Ruth for telling Lebo. He is just blaming everyone but himself at this point. This man is so gross. Baby, if I was Ruth, the way I would have cursed Nola out. Ooh, the way I would have cursed him out. Because excuse me,
I phoned Isaac already. I swear. Oscar, you called Isaac. I phoned Isaac for him. You're the one that fucked up. I phoned Isaac already.
And now Lebo wants to call Isaac and tell him so that he can get back at Ruth. This scene makes it official. Nola is the worst person on this show. He has the nerve to be mad and feel betrayed. Instead of apologizing to Lebo, he's lying and he's throwing Ruth under the bus. Now, don't get me wrong. Isaac 100% deserves to know that Ruth and Nola slept together. He does. But Nola isn't telling Isaac from a good place. He's doing it out of anger and revenge. So Isaac shows up. Now remember, Nola has been lying the entire time. It's only when he's able to throw Ruth under the bus that he finally admits the truth.
What's going on?
I don't know. Can I talk now? You can.
Ruth and I were sex class.
Oh, now he's agreeing. Now you're agreeing. After all this time, now you're agreeing.
And Nola thinks that he did something, but Ruth really don't give a damn. Well, that's how it came off in this scene.
I don't care what you say. Have you been talking to me? I was the one to call you.
It's not about talking to each other.
Wait,
Listen, you slept with someone who does not want you.
I don't care what you say.
I think that it's clear that Ruth has had a lot of built up resentment towards Isaac, as she should, because he doesn't seem like he was a great partner to her. And if I'm being 100% honest, I think that Ruth already knew that she was going to sleep with someone during this experience before she even came here, especially after talking about the size of his pee-pee. I think that she was already planning on sleeping with someone during this experiment. And I also believe that had Isaac and Kanya hit it off better, he would have 1000% slept with Kanya, okay? Don't get it twisted. Remember, he was the same one saying that he was gonna have the full experience during the trial marriages. Yeah, he just wasn't able to do it. But let's make one thing clear. Couples that come on this show need to understand and be prepared that there is a possibility that your significant other might sleep with someone. If you cannot handle that, which is most people, which is understandable, Don't come on this show. When are y'all gonna learn? Next, we see Lebo and Isaac, and they follow Nola because they want answers. And Nola is being very unapologetic, which frustrates Isaac. And then all hell breaks loose.
And yeah, now.
That's what I'm telling you.
Come, let's take it down now.
Okay, let's do it now then.
Let's do it now.
I don't ever want to see this guy in my life.
And what's funny about this fight is, one, because it's between my two least favorite people on this show, but also it's all about ego. Nola doesn't feel bad about hurting Lebo, and Isaac is probably just frustrated because he can't get any from Kanya, and she's been starving him this entire time, so he's irritated, okay? We see Isaac, he goes home to Kanya, and he accuses her of knowing what happened between Ruth and Nola, but she actually didn't know, but it's really funny because all she does is laugh at him like, what's the problem? What are you upset about?
So you also knew you didn't tell me?
Huh?
You knew you didn't tell me?
Aibo, talk to me. What's happening? I'm not gonna come chase you now.
But we do see that at the end of this entire ordeal, both Nola and Lebo leave for the night. Woo, child. Meanwhile, Sizikele is back telling NK about all of the things that Kanya said during the ladies' night out. She tells him that Kanya said that he's just using her for sex and that she's easy. And Nkateko says, okay, well, let's go and talk to her. So he grabs her hand and they walk over to Kanya's place, but then he leaves her there. I did not like that. I thought that they were going there as a team, and clearly so did SZA. So for him to leave her there and then for her to be attacked by Kanya like that, I can understand exactly why she was upset.
No, I'm gonna leave and then you guys talk.
I can kick you out if I want to. He really left me. The emotions just came to me.
So did I let you sit?
Leave! Hey! This is my patio. Leave! Okay, I'm leave! Get your fat ass off my patio. Leave!
So child, after that, Sizikele goes back home and she is very upset that NK left her there.
Position with that girl because she's mean! She is so mean!
I hear you.
You left, Kay. Like you left me there. Like you left. Why did you leave? I called for you. You were not there. You were not there.
Nkateko clearly feels bad. He wants to make things right, so he goes over to Kanya's place and she starts acting a whole fool.
You and your fat hood rats are disrespectful. Stand there if you want to talk to me.
And you can see it in his face that the entire time that Kanya is acting crazy, he's just looking at her like, I can't stay with this woman. Let me tell you, something is really wrong with Kanya to have that much vitriol towards someone who really didn't do anything to you. Sizikele really didn't do anything to her. She didn't do anything more with your man than you did with Isaac, okay? Kanya is a true mean girl, and you can see that she will use whatever she feels is a one-up over someone else to put that person down. Let me tell you something, because I called Isaac a colorist before. I bet 1000% that if Nkateko was with Ruth, Kanya would be trying to talk down on her beautiful skin tone. There is not a doubt in my mind, because that's the type of person that Kanya is. People like that don't just stop at fat jokes. She's truly disgusting, and this isn't something that she can blame on editing, okay? This is not editing. That's who she is. So we see Nkateko, he apologizes to SZA, and I do believe that his apology is sincere. I don't think that he expected things to go so badly between the ladies as they did, but I can definitely understand if Sizikele no longer feels the same way about him after this situation. Child, so the next day we are losing someone.
The fact that I slept with Ruth, there will always be guilt. I betrayed Lebo, but I don't regret it, but I feel bad. I decided to walk away from the experiment.
Yes. Take your ass home. Go home. And we see that Lebo also went home. And when I tell you, I said a little prayer that Lebo did not go back into the arms of Nola. I hope that she truly took some time to herself and is truly done with Nola. So there's only 2 days left until the changeover, okay? Ruth decides to stay and live alone. Isaac decided to stay with Kanya until the changeover, and Aiden has also stayed, and he says that he tried reaching out to Lebo, but she still hasn't responded. Meanwhile, we see that Sizikele has forgiven Nkateko, and he just wants to spend his remaining time making things up to her. And look at this one, tripping over herself. Next, we see Tabi and Lindele, and they're having their last little date, and it ends with a passionate kiss. And Lindele tells us that he is in love with Tabi, and he will be letting Sizikele know as well. Woof. Child, you know Sizikele be crying, okay? We see Courtney and Genesis, and they share a friendly goodbye, and they also share a little peck and a little friendly cuddle. Oh, it's so cute, but I know that Genesis wishes he could get a do-over. Now, hold up, I just had to acknowledge this look because these hosts have been eating with these outfits, serving all season, okay? Yes, just had to shout them out. So it's time for the changeover, of course, without Nola and Lebo, and everyone is discussing going back to their original partners. Aiden and Courtney cannot wait to get back to each other. It seems like this experience has taught them to not take each other for granted, and they both admit that they have gotten comfortable in this relationship. So I think that that is a beautiful thing. That's the type of outcome that you would want going into an experience like this. When asked, Lindila says that he actually might not be as ready for marriage as he thought, and this surprises Sizikele. And when she's asked about her experience with NK, she thanks him for a great trial marriage, and she wishes that it could last longer. And Kateko speaks beautifully about what he's learned and what he loves about the time that he spent with Sizikele. Like I said before, I want these two to leave here together. I feel like they respect each other, they care for each other, they've already experienced and resolved conflict. They're just so cute. Next, we see Kanya. She claims that she's taught Isaac a lot. Child, girl, where? And Isaac is still mad about them damn dishes. And regarding Ruth, Isaac is not sure how the next 3 weeks are gonna go. And child, Ruth is still pissed off, and she says that she has no expectations for the following weeks. I feel like Ruth is done. She been done. I don't understand why she didn't leave as well, in all honesty. And Isaac feels like Ruth is trying to blame him for what she did. And he's absolutely right to say that he's not going to accept the blame for her actions, because at the end of the day, that was Ruth's decision, okay? She can't turn around and then try to blame it on Isaac, even though I can't stand him. And I believe that he would have slept with Kanya if he had the chance. And I believe that Ruth has been frustrated with him for quite some time. She still can't put that on him, okay? And this episode ends with Kanya saying that she is absolutely positively disgusted and sickened by Nkateko.
To be honest, I'm not looking forward to the 3 weeks with Kateko.
Okay, so go home. Go home. If you're not looking forward to the next 3 weeks and you're so disgusted, blah, 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 go home, sis. And honestly, at this point, I think that everyone should go home except for Sizikele and Nkateko. Tell me your thoughts about these 3 episodes. When I tell you, it took me so long to watch and take notes because I kept pausing and rewinding and like, what? What? She did what? He did what? This is some good TV. This is some good TV. I am so excited to watch and review the next 3 episodes. Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you are made aware when I post my next video. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.
Roxy says we're gonna talk about